wait outside?
No, thank you. The last time I saw a minister, it cost me $5 and a trip to Reno. I'll wait right here for you.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, thank you. Have you a phone?
Well, yes. Would you like to use it?
Yes, I would.
Just step in here.
Oh, thanks.
You have to ring for the operator.
This will be long distance, but I'll reverse the charges. I'm a reporter on the New York Bulletin. I'm covering the Kingsley girl's disappearance.
Oh, yes. I'm just reading about that. Go right ahead.
Long distance, please.
What makes them think she's in this vicinity?
Well, her parents received a letter from her that was mailed from here. She said she was all right and to call off the police. Hello? Hello? What? I know, but this is urgent. Oh. All right. No trunk lines open for 30 minutes, maybe longer.
That's too bad. I was just going to visit a sick man. You're welcome to remain here until you place your call.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
I would suggest you get yourself dry. My housekeeper will return shortly. She'll make you some coffee.
Oh, fine.
If you need any more wood, you'll find plenty there by the fireplace.
Oh, my assistant is out front in a car. Do you want her to drive you?
Oh, no, thanks. I wouldn't want to put her to that trouble.
It's no trouble at all. She has to wait anyway. Tell her to take you wherever you're going and then come back here for me.
Well, if you insist, thanks. Make yourself to home.
I will, thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Take it easy, Miss Kingsley. You're going to be all right now.
I know. It's foolish, but I can't seem to help it.
Well, don't try then. Get it out of your system. Come on, let's see what's in here. Oh, I beg your pardon for this unceremonious...
Who are you? What do you want?
Well, I'm a reporter on the New York Daily Chronicle, and this young lady is...
Eleanor Kingsley.
Yeah, correct. Say, we're looking for the Reverend Brand. Is he your father?
My father? Well, he isn't here just now.
Are you expecting him back soon?
Why should I tell you that? How do I know you're a reporter?
Well, I can show you my press card. Hey, wait! Now, please don't scream. If you'll put your hand in my left-hand pocket, you'll find my press card. After you read it, I'll let you go.
Oh. Well, if you'd told me your name right away, it wouldn't have been necessary for you to be so rough.
Oh, you've heard about me.
Yes, I've seen your name on lots of press stories, and I always listen to your program, The Pulse of the Public.
Well, that's swell. Maybe you'll help me.
Well, how?
Well, first of all, I'd like to use your phone.
Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't one.
Well, that's all right. Get me some paper, then. I want to get the story set before I give it to the office. Then I'll take it in myself. Oh, and I noticed a pot of coffee on the stove back there. Any chance of getting some?
Why, yes, of course.
Okay, thanks.
Hey.
Now, keep quiet. She's a reporter. If she says... What?
Will this be all right?
Yes, fine, thanks. This girl's been through a lot. She's got some talking to do before she passes out on me.
Talking?
Yes, she's promised me the exclusive on the story of her disappearance.
Oh, I'll get you some coffee.
Okay, thanks.
Well, that's it.
Now, try and get some sleep. I'll see if I can get rid of the girl before the minister comes back. Oh, say, is that for me?
Yes, I thought you might like something to eat.
Like it? Just try me.
How about Miss,
Miss Kingsley, she's asleep.
Oh. Did she, give you her story?
Oh, and how she did. This little piece of paper is going to cause a sweet scandal in New York society.
Oh. May I see it?
Yeah, sure.
But this says that Johnny Wayne, the man she's supposed to marry, is insane.
That's right.
Has she proof of it?
Mm-hmm.
How'd she happen to confide in you?
Well, her brother and I went to school together. We belong to the same fraternity.
Oh. Have you a car outside?
Yeah, why?
Oh, nothing. I just thought if you hadn't, I'd take mine out and drive you to a telephone.
Oh, now, that's sweet of you. Do you know something? You're an angel. I knew it the minute I laid eyes on you. You know, in my game, I come across all kinds of girls. Chorus girls, newspaper women. But you're kind of different. You're pretty sweet. Am I going to see you again?
If you want to.
I do want to.
Oh, you know, I just thought of something. If you have time, would you do me a favor?
Anything you want.
Well, would you drop me off at Mrs. Wharton's? It's right on your way.
Honey, I'll make the time.
Oh, thanks. I'll get my coat.
Long distance, please.
So you thought we ought to stay in Cleveland, huh? This town was too big for us.
Okay, you're smart, and New York's our dish. But I don't think you ought to hit him for a raise just yet.
Will you let me do the thinking, my friend? Morning, Sarah.
Good morning. What are you doing, taking a course in stammering?
Oh, if I ever get my hands on that Nelson dame,
Mr. Crane, remember your heart.
Get out of my way.
Good morning. Is anything wrong?
Is anything wrong? Is anything wrong? Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Why didn't you tell me you got that phony story from Duke Lester? I never would have published it.
I'm awfully sorry.
Sorry. You're sorry. I'm being sued.
I'll wait for you in the hall.
Is Johnny Wayne suing you?
Johnny Wayne and Mama Wayne and Papa Wayne and all the Wayne lawyers. Do you think they're going to let me get by with saying that their son is crazy? And if... Get out. Get out before
I'm really terribly sorry.
Mr. Crane, you must try to control yourself. Mr. Crane.
Dirty, low-down Lester guy. Of all the lying...
I saw at him. You tried to give him the works.
I know, but he didn't have to...
What? Nothing. Listen, did you tell me everything that happened last night?
Yeah, everything worth remembering, but I'm going to get even with him if it's the last thing I ever do. Come on.
What are you going to do now?
Inject a little poison into the pulse of the public.
And this is Duke Lester bringing you the pulse of the public from 50th and Madison. Oh, pardon me, lady. Will you step up to the microphone, please?
No.
Do you mind giving me your name?
Leona Hudson.
Are you a resident of the city?
No, Flatbush.
I see. Are you employed?
Well, I'll say I am. I'm married.
Well, sometimes that's a job in itself. Tell me, Mrs. Hudson, do you believe that girls should marry before they're 21?
If she meets the right man, it don't make no difference if she's 18 or 80.
That was well put. I take it for granted you found the right man.
I'll say I did. My Danny is a grand man.
And what does he do?
He's a truck driver.
What are you doing, Leona?
I'm broadcasting. This is my husband.
Well, how do you do? Would you mind saying a few words?
Oh, sure. If you want first-class hauling, call the Hudson Transfer.
I'm sorry, there's no advertising. Now, Mrs. Hudson, you read the newspapers, don't you?
Well, sometimes.
And when you do, you want all the news.
I suppose so.
Well, here's a free subscription to the Daily Chronicle, and thank you very much. Now, we'll see who the next...
Hello.
Well, if it isn't the minister's daughter, and how's the Reverend Father today?
He's wrong, folks. My name's Daisy Dugan, and my father ain't no minister. He's got a market, and we only use the Chronicle to wrap up fish. My old man says it's got more subscribers in the penitentiary than any other paper in town, so if you want to read all the news all the time, read anything but the Chronicle.
Give me that mic.
Now, if you'll give me my subscription blank, I'll wrap my gun in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize for what you just heard. It's a result of a personal grudge. And now my time is about up, so until tomorrow at noon, the Chronicle and Duke Lester bids you good day. I suppose you know I could have you thrown in the jug for this.
Why don't you try it?
Because I'd rather take you to lunch.
Oh, that's awfully sweet of you, but I still think I have enough money left to pay for my own lunches. Come on, Libby.
Hey, wait a minute. What do you mean by that? You didn't get fired, did you?
What do you think? Of course I got fired. And let me tell you something. I'm out to get you and get you good, so look out.
Okay. I can think of things that are more fun. But if that's the way you want to play, you look out.
You should have finished by wrapping that mic around his neck.
Well, I'm not through yet. Whenever he's on the air, I'm going to horn.
Say, what time is it?
2 minutes of 1. Why?
We can see Shirley Temple for a quarter. If we get in before 1, come on, let's hurry. 2, please.
No, let me.
Oh, no. This treat's on me.
Well, I have the money right here.
Oh, I got some change someplace I never can find
I
any.
don't see why you should.
There you are.
Tickets are 40 cents now, please.
Since when?
Prices change promptly at 1.
Honestly, what's this country coming to? Every time you turn your back, they raise the prices on you. All right.
Flashing to you the news of the world, filmed by Movie Tone.
Washington, D.C. Captain Joshua Winfield is on what he terms a headstand strike. This captain is determined to stand on his head until Congress decides to act on the lighthouse keepers' pension bill. This is Captain Winfield's answer to Senator Moore's statement that the lighthouse keepers will have to stand on their heads before they get this pension. Moosetown, Canada.
I hope they show the Quints.
Little Dickie Post travels all the way from South Bend, Indiana, to present his quintuplets to the famous Quintuplets of Canada. Dr. John Luke accepts the gift on behalf of his little wards.
Thank you, Tiggy.
You're welcome, Doctor.
Come with me. They're speaking French, but they're learning English, too. Hello. see how they like the new playmates. They've never had real live puppies, but I'm sure they'll like them.
I hope so.
Now, you go over there and watch the fun.
Okay.
Yvonne, Annette, Emily, Cecile, Marie, come out. I'll bet you don't know what I've got in here. Now watch.
Yeah.
Look. Look, 5 beautiful puppies.
Whee!
Whee!
The puppy, Pusita!
Yeah.
The puppy, Emily!
Look, Marie, look.
Look.
Oh, don't be afraid. They're just little babies. They can't hurt you. Oh, come on, children. They want to be friends with you. Come on, play with the puppies. No. 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 Yes, please. No. What does the little puppy say? Wow, 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 wow. Well, that's nice. Here you are. One for you, Yvonne. Oh. What? What? Isn't he nice? What does the little puppy say? Bow, wow, wow. Bow, wow, wow. He's hungry. That's it. Look. The dog is hungry. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Come on, we're getting out of here.
What for? We just came in.
I know, but we want a job, don't we?
Yeah, but we got 80 cents tied up here.
All right, you stay. I'll see you later. This kind of a broadcast is bound to catch on, Mr. Gordon. The public is interested in personalities, in the people who make news. Well, take, for instance, right here, Harley Matthews, the man who's living with an upside-down stomach. Now, don't you think a personal interview with him would be interesting to listeners? Then there's Papa Wyatt, Dr. Luke, and the Quintuplets, and, hundreds of others. I could go right into their homes with a microphone and interview them.
It's a good idea, but frankly, I'm afraid of reporters who involve their newspapers in lawsuits. Not that it doesn't tickle me to see the bulletin get it in the neck.
Well, Mr. Gordon, I won't try to make excuses for myself, but I was stupid. I tried too hard and I was wrong. But believe me, it won't happen again. Please give me a chance at this radio idea. I promise you won't regret it.
Are you sure you can get interviews with these personalities you mentioned?
Your reporters get them, don't they?
Harry.
Christine Nelson, the Royal Dispatch's rambling reporter, today inaugurates an unique series of broadcasts over FBC. She will introduce radio listeners to interesting and outstanding personalities of the day. Miss Nelson will be on the air daily at 11 a.m. Say, ain't that kind of like your program, The Pulse of the Public?
Kind of. Go on, turn it on.
Federal Broadcasting Company. And now we take you to the Broadway Athletic Club, where Christine Nelson, our rambling reporter, is interviewing Madame Novayukov, the Russian tornado, champion woman wrestler of Europe. Take it away, Chris.
The New York World Dispatches. Newsreel of the air. Friends everywhere, this is your rambling reporter, Christine Nelson. We are now in the training quarters of the Russian tornado, Madame Novayukov. She has come to this country to accept the challenge of the New Jersey crusher, Tugboat Nell. While we might look upon women wrestlers as an oddity, in her native Russia, they are regarded with esteem and distinction. Madame Yukov has suspended training for a moment to say a few words. Madame Yukov, would you like to say hello to your American audience?
Hello, America.
We all know you've originated several new holds. Which is your favorite?
I'm most famous for my tornado twist.
See, would you mind explaining just how you execute that hold?
Very hard to explain. Better I show you. First you get...
The Russian tornado, 230 pounds of feminine menace, has just lifted my assistant from the ground and is holding her above her head.
Chris! Help! Help! Let me down!
The madame has started her tornado twist.
Let me down! Somebody! Help! Chris! Help! Help! Somebody! Oh, madam, take it easy. Chris!
Did you hear that? She just sent her crashing to the mat. As beautiful a body slam as I've ever seen. Baby! Baby, where are you?
In here, dunking the body.
Is that another bath, or is it the same one you were taking when I left?
Well, I haven't started to wrinkle yet. Besides, I want to finish this book.
You can finish it on the train. We're going to Moose Town.
What are we going to do up there? Interview a moose?
No, Dopey. That's where the Quints live. Remember that newsreel we saw?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get the first radio broadcast of those kids.
You mean we're really going to see them?
Yes, that's right. And we're leaving at 3:15, so hurry up.
Hurry!
More hot coffee?
No, thanks, Tim. This will do me for tonight.
Mr. Lester.
Yeah?
I wrote a radio skit. I was wondering if you'd look it over. It sure has got a lot of funny jokes in it.
Yeah.
You know, that wife of mine's an awful old sourpuss. But when she was reading this, it had her rolling on the floor.
Well, all right. I'll look it over for you.
Gee, thanks. Hello? Yeah. He's here. It's for you.
Oh, thanks. Hello?
Hello, Duke. Come on back to the office. I want to talk to you. I got a tip that Christine Nelson just topped the train to Moose Town to sign the Quints. Now, listen, Duke. We want that broadcast, and I don't care what you do to get it.
That's all I wanted to know.
Hey, Mr. Lester.
You ought to do something about that snoring. You just woke me up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Moose Town, fasten your safety belts, please. We're about to land.
Doggone it.
Well, that won't be hard to beat. You get worse every day, Jim. Now, watch me. And I'll show you how it's done. 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's 5 in a row.
Doggone it, Asa. For the last 4 years, you've had the darndest run of luck I ever seen.
It ain't luck. It's technique, Jim. Technique.
Just a minute.
Constable Ogden?
That's me. What can I do for you?
Inspector Jolliffe of New York.
Pleased to meet you, Inspector. This is Asa Wyatt. Of course, you know who he is.
Yeah, sure. Everybody knows about Mr. Wyatt. Glad to know you.
How do you do?
Say, I'm glad I found you two together. What I came to see you about concerns Mr. Wyatt also. Did you ever see this girl?
Can't say as I recognize her.
Kind of pretty, ain't she?
Yeah, pretty, but dangerous.
Is that so? Who is she?
Just the most notorious confidence woman in the country.
You don't say.
Our office got a tip she's on the way up here. Now, we don't know for sure that she's planning to pull anything with the Quints, but can't be too careful. She's wanted in the States. And since I can't make the arrest up here, I want you to hold her till I get extradition papers.
You better warn Dr. Luke.
Now, let's keep this quiet, Asa. No use in worrying him. I'll handle it.
We were told she's coming in on the train with an accomplice. She usually claims to be connected with newspapers, but she might pose as anything. Anyway, you can't miss her with that picture.
Hey, it's 10:15 now, and the 10:10 gets in at 10:20.
Well, you come with me. You can help me watch for her.
Do you mind if I use your phone?
You go right ahead, Inspector. Make yourself at home. Come on, Asa.
Hello, get me Dr. Luke's hospital, please.
Now, children, this is the big race. Everybody ready? Get set. Go! Oh, Marie, you'll have to hurry. You're getting behind. Here, that won't do. Now, Emily, who ever heard of stopping in the middle of a race to feed a horse?
Oh, Dr. Luke?
Yes.
You want it on the telephone.
Who is it?
It's a gentleman phoning from Constable Ogden's office. He says it's very important.
Oh, I'd better see what he wants.
He's connected on the outside phone.
Thanks. Well.
Hello? Hello, Dr. Luke? This is Mr. Lester of the New York Chronicle. I have something very important to discuss with you about the quintuplets.
Who?
No, Doctor, what? No, it's something very important that I want to talk to you about the Quints.
Wait a minute. There's a man wanting to talk to me. No, wait a minute. I can't hear you. Hello? Hello? Hello, I can't hear you. You'll have to speak louder. No, don't get gay with me. No, I've got to talk to the man.
No, Doctor, the 5 children. I want to talk to you about the Quints. The quintuplets.
You'll have to speak louder. Don't get gay. Hello? Well, I'm sorry. I can't hear you. No. Yeah.
The 5 things. The Hello?
I'm sorry, I can't. Oh. I can't hear you. You'll have to see me in my house in about an hour. Yeah, in 1 hour.
Yes, all right, Doctor. Thank you. I'll be there.
You better take another look so you'll know her.
Oh, don't worry. I'll know her if I see her.
And you get out there and pretend like you're waiting for someone. If you see her before I do, give the signal and I'll nab her.
All right, Jim.
Papa Wyatt.
And I know who you are. Here they are, Jim. Come on, this is them, all right.
So, you finally got here. You know who I mean.
I think you've made a mistake.
That's what they all say at first.
Look, I'm Christine Nelson, a reporter from the New York World-Dispatch, and this is my assistant.
That's what the inspector said they'd claim.
Well, I can prove who I am.
And so can I. Ever see this before?
Oh, yes, of course. That's a picture of me.
That's all I wanted to know.
Well, say, what is all this about?
Come on.
Say, is this your idea of a joke? I'll have you transferred to Flatbush.
Get in. You drive, Ace. I'll sit in the back.
Somebody's going to get into trouble over this. A fine welcome this is.
Hector.
Yeah. What is it, Jim?
Go on home and sober up. We need this cell. All right, you two. In here. Excuse it if it ain't air conditioned.
You big totem pole. I'll stick a termite on you.
Thanks, Asa. You sure was a lot of help.
Then how about making me a deputy?
Oh, now, Asa, I can't just go handing out badges. I'll sleep on it and let you know. So, the long arm of the law finally caught up with you.
But, Mr. Lester, I thought this broadcast was to be for another paper, the World-Dispatch.
Why, it's the same thing, Doctor. You see, they both come under the same syndicate. It's just a matter of which account we charge it to. You understand?
Not quite. Why is it necessary to sign a contract?
Merely for our protection. We're giving this a great deal of publicity, and we must make sure that the broadcast will go through. It's just a matter of form. Now, if you'll just sign here, I'll be able to go ahead with the arrangements.
Well, I suppose it's all right. Still, I think I'd better consult the other guardians before I sign.
I wonder what's keeping the inspector.
Oh, he'll be coming along.
Here, let me show you how that's done.
Never mind. I'm going to keep on trying till I hit it.
Will you please let me use that telephone?
Phone all you want when the inspector gets here.
I dare you to give me one of those darts.
That must be the inspector. Hello? Who? Yes. It's Dr. Luke. He wants to talk to you.
Hello? Yeah, Doc. Yeah? Well, if it's all right with you, Doc, it's fine with me. Goodbye. What do you know? There's a fellow by the name of Lester from the New York Chronicle newspaper. He wants to put the babies on the radio.
You don't say.
Did you hear what I heard?
So that's why we're in the jug. Maybe we've got to get out of here.
Oh, if I could only break out with chicken pox or something.
That's an idea. Throw a fit.
So what? Shh.
Throw a fit. Act crazy. Do anything to get them to send for the doctor so we can stop Duke.
My friend is having a fit. Get a doctor, quick! Get a doctor!
Oh, she's violent. Hurry, get a doctor.
Hey, throw a bucket of water on her.
Oh, get a doctor. She's dying. Please do something.
Hello? 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 Give me that phone. Hello? 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 Give me 308. Hurry.
Well, there doesn't seem to be any objections from the others.
Oh, that's fine.
Of course, you understand that if the children have a cold or anything, the program will have to be postponed.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Hello?
Hello, Doc. Doc, you better come over right away. There's a woman here took with a fit. I don't know. She's all green in the face and yelling like holy thunder. Doc, you better hurry before it's too late.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lester. I have an emergency call.
But couldn't you sign this before you go?
I haven't the time. Make yourself comfortable and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Well, how do you like that?
I'm afraid it's the end. This poor girl's life is on your conscience.
I only done my duty.
Well, there are some decencies that go beyond duty. Somebody's going to pay for this.
Well, don't look at me. I'm not even a deputy. You better hurry, Doc. It looks pretty bad, Doc.
Dr. Luke, there's nothing the matter with her. I'm Christine Nelson of the New York World Dispatch, and we had to do this to see you.
We were framed and figured this was the only way to get you here.
I don't understand.
Well, you see, my paper sent me up here to see you, to arrange for the broadcast, and the minute we stepped off the train, we were arrested.
High Pockets here thinks she's a confidence woman.
What's this all about?
All I know is the inspector here from New York said she was wanted in the States.
Oh, where's he now?
He ain't showed up. Yet.
How do you know he's an inspector?
He showed me his badge. Didn't he, Asa?
Constable, you'll find that your inspector is a New York newspaper man called Duke Lester.
Well, there's a Mr. Lester at my house now. Suppose we all go and see just who he is.
You'll hear from my lawyer about this.
Maybe that fella did fool you.
If he did, I'll lock him up and throw the key away.
Hello, Mr. Lester. Is this your Inspector Jolliffe?
That's him, all right.
For your own sake, young man, I hope you can explain this.
He'll have no trouble explaining. That's his specialty.
All right, Mountie, there's your man.
Come on, fella, let's see that badge.
Huh? Oh, yes, the badge, yes.
Junior G-Man. You're going to have plenty of time to think this over, Mr. Smart Aleck. You're under arrest. See if these fit.
Grab him!
Oh, now, never mind, Constable. He's probably on his way to the States where he belongs.
Doggone, I'd like to get my hands on him.
Look, he left his hat.
If it fits, it's yours, Papa.
Which is your favorite, Doctor?
They're all my favorites.
You know, when I started on radio, I never thought I'd be interviewing the Quints. I'm really getting a thrill out of this.
Thrilled. I'm so excited my heart's doing nip-ups.
Well, there's nothing to get nervous about. They're just 5 friendly little girls.
Oh, you're used to it, Doctor, but you don't know what it means to me. My grandchildren will certainly get a kick out of this.
Now, you don't expect me to believe you have grandchildren.
Oh, no, what I meant was...
Well, you better go out. It's almost time to start.
Excuse me.
Did you sneeze?
I said excuse me. Is anything wrong?
I'm afraid I can't let you out with the babies.
Oh, why not?
I made it a rule that if anyone sneezes...
Oh, my nose just tickled.
It might be a cold and we can't take chances.
Oh, but Doctor, I haven't a cold. Honest, I haven't. I never felt better in my life.
Well, I'm sorry. You'll have to stay in here.
Oh, Doctor.
Libby, you better do what the doctor says. You can listen in here.
But I don't want to listen in here. I want to see them.
No time to argue. Come on, Doctor.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Who's this? fine. Children, this is Miss Nelson. That's Miss Nelson. Yes.
Hello, darlings. Doctor will be on the air in just a minute.
All right. Annette, what do you think this is?
Telephone.
Well, it's some sort of a telephone. Only this one goes all around the world and everybody listens. Yes, I suppose Santa Claus has a radio, too. Now, girls, let's show Miss Nelson how well you can all play the piano, huh? Do you know what you're going to play?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. All right, you play the pianos now.
This is Christine Nelson bringing you the newsreel of the air from Moosetown, Canada. Today, for the first time, you will hear those 5 little international sweethearts broadcasting directly from their play yard in the Luke Hospital. Oh, I wish all of you could see them. 5 beautiful little girls, alike as peas in a pod, yet each with an individual personality.
Girls, now let's hear your piece.
Oh, Doctor, you know, I'm sure they're going to be fine musicians someday.
Oh, maybe they'll be known as the Moosetown Quintet. Oh, they have unlimited talents. They sing, too.
May we hear them?
Children, would you sing a little song for Miss Nelson?
Wee.
Annette, Marie, hurry. We are waiting to hear you sing Frail Jacques. Frail Jacques. Now, all together, real loud. Come on.
Oh, that was wonderful. And now my time is up, so this brings to a close another newsreel of the air broadcast conducted by your rambling reporter, Christine Nelson. This program is a presentation of the New York World Dispatch. Oh, Doctor, thanks so much for your help. I'm sure everyone listening in got a great thrill hearing those children.
I hope they did. It's our small way of showing our gratitude for the interest everyone has shown the babies.
Well, whenever you come to New York, you let me know. I promise you a royal welcome.
That's very kind, Miss Nelson. And if there's anything we can do for you up here, don't hesitate to call on us.
Thank you.
Oh, my.
Oh. Oh, they're mechanics, too.
Howdy, Miss Nelson, Miss Libby.
Hello.
Have a nice trip?
Oh, fine, thanks.
I didn't.
I was listening in. Them babies sure is cute. You know, I got 5 myself.
Huh?
Only mine was born one at a time.
Hello. I thought you'd never get here.
Well, how did you get in this apartment?
Why, you can get in any place with a Junior G-Man's badge. Oh, yeah. For you.
Well, how sweet.
Scallions. Shall I check the silver?
Yes.
I didn't take any, but if it'll keep you occupied in another part of the apartment, by all means, check it.
Well, of all the nerve.
Subtle guy, isn't he? But I catch on. So if you'll excuse me, I think I'll go and take a bath. That is, unless you were planning to use the tub.
Oh, no, go right ahead.
Thanks.
All right, why are you here? What vicious scheme are you cooking up this time?
You have a low, suspicious mind, my sweet. And when you find out what really brought me here, you're going to be very, very ashamed. I hope.
Really? Well, what brought you here?
Love?
Love?
Oh, no, please don't laugh. I thought it over very carefully, and there's no other explanation. Why do we always fight? Love. Why can't I forget a certain kitchen in a certain minister's house when a very pretty girl...
That'll do.
Oh, you remember it?
No, I don't remember.
Well, I was hoping I'd have to refresh your memory.
You better leave me alone.
But, darling, we're in love. I'm almost sure of it. And what you don't understand is that I'm seriously considering marrying you.
Well, I don't think that's funny.
Well, maybe it isn't. But in my dumb way, I'm sincerely trying to make peace. Why can't we start all over again and be friends? I have a very charming side to my nature when you get to know me. And so have you. You're smart and pretty. We could have a lot of fun together. I might even fix it so we could work together.
Oh, so that's it. News travels fast, doesn't it?
What news?
Oh, you don't know, of course, that I have a 13-week radio contract with the Quintuplets.
Yeah, sure, I know about that. I might even get a good sponsor for it.
Oh, thank you, but I already have a dozen of them begging to back it. I think you better get out now.
Now, please, I'm telling you the truth, and I expect you to believe me.
Believe you? I wouldn't
But
believe
you've got to believe me. I came here in a sincere effort to try and patch things up between us.
You sincere? You couldn't be. Leave me alone and get out.
Now, listen, Chris, I'm telling you... Ow! Oh! All right. This is the second time you've asked for it, and this time you're really going to get it. You'll hear from me, and soon.
Has the menace gone?
Yes, but he's back.
Oh, he is. Honestly, now, honestly.
Come in. Oh! Oh, I'm so sorry.
Are you, Miss Christine Nelson?
I hate to admit it, but I am. I thought you were someone else.
No, I'm not. I'm, Dr. Scott Williams.
Oh, how do you do? Won't you come in and dry yourself off?
I think perhaps I'd better.
I don't know how to apologize.
Oh, that's all right. It wasn't a new suit.
Well, sit down. I'll get you a towel.
Thanks.
Oh, dear.
Have you gone off your nut?
I'll murder that Duke Lester for this. I hope you don't think this was a practical joke or anything, but you see, I had a little trouble with a friend of mine who just left, and I mistook you for him.
Well, if that's the way you treat your friends, that's the way I want you to treat me.
Please sit down. Did you say your name was Dr. Williams?
Yes, I'm in charge of the Williams Memorial Home.
Oh, I see. What is that, a hospital?
Well, it's everything, really, Miss Nelson. Primarily, it's a foundling home. But if nobody adopts the babies, they just start growing up, and there we are with the makings of an orphanage. Of course, the children will get sick, so we have to have a hospital. Some people come to us in desperate need. They can't afford to pay, and so, well, we seem to have a clinic, too.
Well, that sounds very kind, but slightly impractical.
Yes, I'm afraid you're right. My father founded the place, and I've been trying to carry on, but we've gotten to the point where we can't go on without help. We've got to have more space, surgical equipment, larger staff, and, well, in short, we've got to have money. And that's why I've come to you.
To me? Oh, well, what can I do?
Well, I listened to your quintuplet broadcast in the Luke Hospital, and it occurred to me that if we could use part of your broadcast to tell the public about our need, they might be willing to help.
I'd be more than happy to do it, but I'd have to talk to my editor first.
Oh, thank you. You know, the moment I heard your voice, I knew I could count on you.
Well, I'll talk to him this afternoon after giving you this shower. That's the least I can do.
Oh, before you do that, why don't you come and see the place first? I'm really rather proud of it, in spite of its limitations.
Yes, I'd love to come.
Tomorrow be all right?
Yes, I think so.
Well, that's fine. I'll give you the address. I write just about as badly as most doctors.
No, Mr. Lester, maybe you'll stay.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
This is our superintendent, Mrs. Waldron, Miss Nelson.
How do you do?
You're the young lady who's going to help us.
Yes, if I can.
Now, you run along. I'll show Miss Nelson through.
But
Go on now. Don't argue with me. I spent a lot of time last night figuring out what I was going to say to her today.
But so did I.
Well, all right. You've asked for it. You help this young man, Miss Nelson. He's a saint on earth.
Oh, for heaven's sake, you're not going to start
Keep
that.
quiet. I told you to get out and you didn't go. Now you just stay and listen. I helped his father found this home. Why, I've practically raised this boy. There hasn't been a baby born here, nor a person helped or treated, that I have stood beside him. So I know he's a saint. Even if he does wear a double-breasted suit and seems to have taken unusual care with his tie and handkerchief today.
What, this suit?
Well, I think he and a lot of others are lucky to have you here.
Oh.
Yes.
Now, may I see the baby?
Oh, you may indeed. We have every size, shape, age, color, and temperament. And believe me, when temperament predominates, this is a madhouse.
I can imagine.
Now, these are from 6 months to a year old.
Oh, look at that one. Oh, how sweet. How can people resist them?
They won't resist these. These babies will undoubtedly be adopted. But there are only 14 of them, and we have 75 others in the home. We're not so pretty or not so bright or not so healthy. Of course, they're the ones who need our care because no one wants them.
Well, if I were going to adopt a baby, I think I'd choose the saddest and the ugliest one I could find.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. Right now, you're concentrating on the cutest little one in here.
You're right. Oh, he's adorable, isn't he? Hello. 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 You think you could learn to like me, huh?
Pick him up if you want to.
Oh, no, I'd drop him.
Go ahead, he won't break.
Oh, no.
Oh, my. Come on, son.
Oh.
Whoopsie daisy. There. Look over here. Look over there.
Oh. Oh, he's happy.
Yes.
Oh, you like that, don't you? Yes, you like that, don't you? Oh. Oh. Hey, why didn't you arrange to come along with 4 little brothers? Then you could be a celebrity and have lots of money. Oh.
What's the matter?
I just had an idea that's so terrific, I'm afraid to mention it. It will be the biggest thing that ever hit New York. And it would bring you thousands and thousands of dollars. It would. Oh, but they'd never do it.
Now, look here, young lady. My heart's in good condition, but I can't stand too much. At least tell us what your idea is, and if it's no good, well, we can forget it.
What is it, Miss Nelson?
Well, you see, I have a contract with the Quintuplets for a 13-week broadcast. Last night I signed with a cereal company to sponsor the program. Now, if we could persuade the guardians of the Quints to hold the first broadcast here, we could make it public.
In New York?
Yes, as a benefit for this home. We could broadcast at the Philharmonic, sell tickets at high prices, auction off boxes. Why, it'd be bigger than the milk fund. Think what that would mean.
I'm thinking.
It's a grand idea, Miss Nelson, but they'd never allow those children to make the trip.
No, except for one thing. To help others. Imagine it, the 5 most famous and best cared for children in the world coming here to New York to help other less fortunate children. Don't count on it too much, but let me try. Goodbye. Oh, I'll let you know as soon as I find out. Goodbye. Goodbye.
What a kind heart she has, eh?
Never mind her heart, young fella. She's got a brain.
My boy, how are you? I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays.
What's the matter with your memory, Doc? You saw me last night.
Oh, did I? Oh, so I did. So I did. You know, I see so many people. I hope you feel as well as you look. And why shouldn't you? You have health, youth, and intelligence. The 3 horsemen of success.
All right, how much?
Well, now that you've mentioned it, my check from the Guggenfeller Foundation has been delayed this month. And if it wouldn't inconvenience you too much, I could use, say, $3. Thank you, my boy, thank you. Now, may I have the pleasure of buying you a drink?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Mr. Kelly, 2 beers, if you please.
Have the dough on the table when I get there.
You know, Doc, it's a shame you wasted that grand manner of yours on pigs.
Pigs, my boy?
Yeah, weren't you a veterinary?
Well, only briefly. In fact, I've dipped into all forms of morphology.
Well, here's to you, Doc. Yvonne, Marie, Cecile, Annette, Emily. What'll I do with the 6, Doc?
Say, Doc, how'd you like to make a piece of real dough? Say about $100. Well, so long as it was not dishonest, that is, not too dishonest, I should be delighted. Come with me.
I still can't believe it.
Neither can I, but it's true, and everything's set. Mr. Gordon, my editor, has worked with us on the publicity campaign. Oh, and the cereal company is paying all the expenses because they realize it's the biggest piece of advertising they'll ever have. They've arranged for a special train to bring them here, a complete nursery on wheels.
You know, you're a very modern and feminine Aladdin. I can't tell you what this will mean, but you'll see the things we can do. We can establish a clinic for the babies, a real one with all the latest equipment. We can staff it, enlist the interest of all sorts of famous physicians and surgeons. Oh, my dear.
Chris! 6-tuplet, boys! Tuplets! Where? In there, on the phone. I mean, Mr. Gordon, the boss.
The boss had 6 babies?
No, stop interrupting me. He phoned to say he had a tip that a woman up in Summerdale gave birth to 6-tuplets.
No, not really.
Are they still alive?
Yes, it's an exclusive. And if we hurry, we can scoop the town. He said to take the truck and try and flash it on the air. Interview the doctor, the father, one of the kids. He doesn't care. Come on.
Wait a minute. Doctor, do you want to come with us?
I'd like to, but I have an operation at 10.
Oh, well, I'll phone you as soon as we get back. And don't worry about this hurting the Quint's publicity. It'll help. Well, what are you doing? Come on, get dressed.
I can't get over it. If she'd had 3 more, she'd have had a baseball team.
Gee, that exclusive tip the boss got must have come from the press club.
Well, at least there are no other sound trucks around. Maybe we can get a break. You set up and I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
All right, silly. Come on. Hey, you got no decency? There's a woman in there that's been through a lot. And how?
Officer, what are they?
Can't you keep these people quiet? We're doing our best, nurse. Maybe if the doc could talk to him, it'd help.
Well, I'll see, but he's very...
Come on, give us a break. Wait a minute, boys.
Oh, nurse, just a minute. I'm Christine Nelson of the New York World Dispatch. I broadcast the newsreel of the air.
The one that broadcast the Quints not long ago?
Yes, and since the doctor's going to make a statement anyway, I thought he might be persuaded to let me broadcast it. My program goes on at 11.
Well, I'll ask him.
Oh, thank you. I'll just wait in here.
Well, so long as you're very quiet.
Miss Nelson,
Oh, yes.
I am Dr. Brown.
Oh, a soon-to-be very famous man. Allow me to congratulate you. It's true, of course.
Oh, it's true, although I still can hardly credit it.
Well, I don't wonder. My goodness. Now, about my broadcast, did the nurse tell you what I wanted?
She did, and I see no objections to it. This is an age of miracles. The radio is one. What's happened here today is another. I see no reason why one shouldn't be announced over the other.
Oh, Doctor, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Tell me about the babies. Have they any chance of living?
An excellent chance. They're astonishingly healthy, normal, and they're all boys.
All boys? I don't suppose there's any chance of me seeing them before we go on the air.
Well, if you'll be very quiet.
Oh, yes.
The mother is sleeping.
Where's the father?
Well, he's on a cruise to Panama. He's in the Navy.
Oh, what a surprise he's going to get.
Yes, indeed.
Did you see them? Yes, and how perfect they are.
Oh, could I take a peek at them?
No, Dr. Browning's been more than kind already. He's agreed to the broadcast, so you get everything set. Bring the mic in here, and I'll get some information about the parents and the doctor's practice, and tell them we'll be on the air at 11 sharp.
Okay.
Next. Thank you. Next. Next. Thank you. Next.
Are you really the father of the quintuplets?
That's me. What can I do for you?
I wish I knew.
Will you autograph this for me, please?
Yes.
And now, by remote control, we bring you a Federal Broadcasting Company feature from New York City.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Federal Broadcasting Company, New York City, bringing to you the daily newsreel of the air with our rambling reporter, Christine Nelson.
That's the woman who put my babies on the air.
Yeah.
Today she comes to you from Somerdale, New York, with the most sensational news scoop ever to be broadcast over the air. The birth of sextuplets. Take it away, Chris.
This is Christine Nelson bringing to you the most exciting news in many a day. Sextuplets were born this morning to Mr. and Mrs. Tom Durfee of Somerdale, New York, and they are all alive and healthy. At this moment, I'm standing in the living room of the Durfees' modest cottage. In front of the house, an excited crowd has already gathered. Newspapermen, cameramen, waiting to flash the news of this miracle to all corners of the earth. And especially to one Tom Durfee, father of the sextuplets, who is now on a cruise with Uncle Sam's Navy. Congratulations, Sailor Durfee, and don't faint when you hear it. Standing beside me is an elderly man, dignified and modest. His face is alight with pride and happiness. Not a man of science, just a country practitioner. But his name will go down in medical history as the doctor who delivered the sextuplets, Dr. Browning. Now, Dr. Browning has kindly consented to answer a few questions. First, Doctor, what is the average weight of the babies?
Well, I regret to say there are no scales in the house, so it was impossible to weigh them.
I see. I understand they're all boys. Have any names been selected?
Not yet, but Mrs. Durfee has led me to believe that one of them would be named after me.
Well, that's really an honor, Doctor, and I'm sure you more than deserve it.
What are you squawking about? I'm the one that's taking all the risks. I gotta get those kids back to the foundling home where they came from, and if anything goes wrong with this gag, I'll be in a sweet mess. You can take them back now for all I care. I want a cigarette.
Thank you, Dr. Browning. Of course, I needn't tell you that the world will be watching you and praying that you're as successful with your charges as Dr. Luke and his staff have been with those other miracle babies, the quintuplets.
Jim, turn it off.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, my time is up.
Never mind.
Olivia, say, did you see my assistant go out?
No, the last time I noticed her, she was standing over...
I get it. She was determined to see those babies. Baby, what in the world are you doing?
Hey! Hiya, Toots! Emily.
Oui.
You give me my coffee?
Oui.
Coffee cup?
Dr. Luke.
That's for Dr. Luke. Thank you. And then? Little coffee? That's fine. Now, Yvonne, give me a little sugar. Hmm?
He was okay to Doctor.
Just one spoonful.
No!
Oh, just one.
Hello.
Thank you. That's fine. Marie, little cream? Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's plenty. Thank you.
Dr. Luke,
Yes.
I just heard Christine Nelson's broadcast from New York. Some woman's had sextuplets.
Sextuplets? Really?
Yes, isn't it amazing?
Nothing amazes me anymore. Are the babies all right?
Yes, they are.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, children, it's time for your nap now.
Emily,
I don't care if they're born in dozens. You're still my little champions.
Extra, read all about it. Extra, read all about it.
Take home a little monkey for the bed. Boys, mister, something for the little one.
Yeah, give me 6 of them.
6?
Yeah.
Why, Mrs. Durfee, should you be up so soon?
I bought some toys for the babies, and I thought you might like the publicity for your scrapbook. I beg your pardon. Am I interrupting a conference?
No. Mr. Gordon, you know Mr. Lester.
How do you do?
I have no proof, but I think you can thank him for what's happened.
I may take the trouble to get the proof.
Well, what are you charming people talking about?
Oh, Dr. Williams, this is Duke Lester, a very funny fellow. I particularly want you to know him so that any time a case is turned away from your hospital, you can think of Duke's sense of humor and laugh. Because I imagine at a time like that, you need something funny to think about.
Generally, I catch on to things right away, but why the hearts and flowers?
I doubt if you'll understand. But just to make your day complete, I'll explain anyway. Miss Nelson has just received word that the Quints cannot make their public appearance in New York.
Why?
Because they think that Miss Nelson is just a cheap press agent who faked a sextuplet birth to create interest in the broadcast. They neither need nor want that kind of publicity, so the benefit is off. Anything else you'd like to know?
No, I guess not. Well, say, wait a minute, Doc. Do you mind if I go along? I'd like to talk to you.
Good morning, Sir Basil.
Good morning.
Dr. Luke is waiting for you in his office.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, come in, Sir Basil. How do you do? This is Mr. Lester, Dr. Williams, Sir Basil Crawford.
How do you do, sir?
Dr. Williams of New York?
Exactly. Will you sit down, please? These gentlemen, or I should say this gentleman, has argued his case so convincingly that I felt it only fair to ask you to listen.
The case, I take it, being the canceled benefit.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm sorry that...
Please, wait. You know that Dr. Williams' purpose and work are sincere.
Certainly. We investigated Dr. Williams thoroughly before we consented to the benefit.
All right. Now I'll tell you about myself. I have affidavits signed by Dr. Browning of New York and two women. One who acted as the nurse and the other who posed as the mother of the sextuplets. If you'll read them, you'll see that Miss Nelson was the victim of the hoax and not its perpetrator. She had absolutely no knowledge of what was going on. She didn't...
This clarifies the case for us, of course. But the public...
I intend to publish them.
These?
The entire story.
But what does this mean? What does this do to you?
Well, I guess that makes me an ex-newspaper man. Or maybe a foreign correspondent. I studied Spanish in high school.
I'm very sorry that this misunderstanding arose. I admire your efforts, Mr. Lester. But under no circumstances can the children be taken from here.
But you can't refuse
I'm
it.
sorry.
That guy came so close to saying yes that... Listen, you go on back. I'm going to have another try at it.
Oh.
I don't know, but I've worked things before. I'll work this one. I've got to work it.
What shall I tell Miss Nelson?
Don't tell her anything about me, but don't cancel things yet. Keep on selling tickets. And trust me, will you?
We're ready to take off.
Don't worry. I'll get those kids to New York if I have to kidnap them.
What?
You think I wouldn't?
Well, that's why I'm scared. I think you would.
Don't worry and keep on selling tickets.
Goodbye.
It's a complete sellout.
It's grand. I just talked to Dr. Luke. He's ready.
Well, that's fine. Then we can get underway.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dr. Luke. They're ready.
Thank you.
Okay, Bill.
All right, Doctor. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was a great disappointment to learn the impossibility of bringing the quintuplets down here from Moostown. However, I'm happy to tell you that we will see the Quints and join them in the celebration of their 4th birthday. This is being made possible through through the courtesy of the American Electric Company and their recently perfected television system. We now bring you from Moosetown, Dr. John Luke and the famous Quintuplets.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I consider it a great honor to take part in what I understand is the first television broadcast of this kind. It's a little confusing to find myself in two places at once. Here in Canada with the babies and there in New York with you. But I know you didn't come to see me. So it is with great pleasure I present to you my 5 little wards who have invited you to their birthday party.
Go ahead, children. Open up your packages. Yeah, pretty.
Look. Oh, funny man. Isn't it? Isn't he silly?
Well, happy birthday, girl. Hello, Emily. Well, Mom, aren't you going to say hello? Oh, look at all the nice presents. My. Is that for me? Oh, look at that. Look at the a rabbit. A rabbit, look. See? Emily. Well, I've got something for you, too. But first we have to get ready for the show. They're all waiting to hear your new song. Come, ladies.
Isn't it wonderful? C'est trop petit, hein? Petit. Encore? Comme ça? Va chercher l'autre. La robe de Marie. Oui, la robe de Marie. Ici, Marie. Accroche l'autre, Marie.
You love all this, don't you, Chris? Crowds, excitement, thrill of doing things.
Sure. Life would be pretty dull without it.
Chris, I want you to meet somebody I know and like.
Now?
Well, he's the fellow who thought of this stunt, and it looks as if we were beaten.
Oh, I'd like to meet him.
A little bit difficult till you get to know him. But you'll be nice to him, won't you?
Oh, sure. went to Spain.
I changed my mind.
Well, you better change seats because that one is taken.
Listen, I'm only sitting here because your friend Dr. Williams asked me to.
Was this your idea, Duke?
I thought doctors were supposed to keep their mouths shut.
It was swell of you.